Today we're talking Google Pixel 5, the AI enhanced king of all smartphones. We got the sorta sage color in. Is it sorta or sort of? Where's that box at? Where is it on here? I feel like an old man. You know when old people try to read something that's really small, like, all right, let me see here, what is this? I can't see. Gino, get my glasses. Yeah, it's sorta sage. S-O-R-T-A instead of sort of. Ooh, so edgy, Google. Ooh.
Resume is a heavyweight, yeah. Put it on my back, give me everything, yeah. I need everything. I need all of everything, yeah.
Alright, so you guys know how I do it. We're not gonna go over every single tiny little technical detail inside of this phone. We're just gonna get into some of the cool features that I really enjoy about using this phone. But if you're really interested in some of the tech stuff, let's run through it really quick. On the front here, we have a 6-inch 1080p OLED display, 3 camera setup, one on the front, 8 megapixel 1080p camera, 2 on the back. We have a 12 megapixel 4K up to 60 frames per second wide angle lens, and then we have a new ultra wide angle lens which shoots video up to 1080p 60 frames per second. So you can't do 4K on the super wide, only the wide. We got 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage, no headphone jack, USB-C on the bottom. We have quick charge, comes with a quick charge cable. We got wireless charging, fingerprint scanner on the back, no face unlock, which I don't really mind, especially right now. I don't know about you, but whenever I go out somewhere, I'm usually wearing a mask and face unlock doesn't do too great with masks. So then in the middle of the supermarket, I gotta pop my mask down, risk my life just to unlock my phone and see that Jody sent me a friend request. So fingerprint is serving me really well right now. Physical body feels great. Nice metal backing. This entire build feels really solid and really dense. There's no give when you're squeezing it. There's no... Of course, 5G is the new big thing now, and the Google Pixel 5 has it, as well as the new 4A 5G, which is a little bit bigger than the 5. I would have thought they would have went the opposite way. I would have thought that they would have made the 5 the bigger phone. So I would probably consider the Pixel 5 a mid-size phone. But it's all screen, so it's all good. We also have reverse wireless charging on this, so I like that. That's cool. Got your little Pixel buds there. They need a little quick pick-me-up. Drop them right on the back of the phone. A few minutes, you're good to go. We do have a 90 Hertz refresh rate in this phone, but it's kind of like automatic. It switches on and off. However, if you go into your settings, you scroll all the way down to about phone, then you scroll all the way down again to your build number, and you just tap the crap out of that build number until you get a notification saying that you've unlocked developer options. Then scroll back one, go over the system, scroll down, go to advanced, scroll down to developer options, and then scroll about halfway down and you'll see force 90 Hertz refresh rate, which means that the phone is always going to be using a 90 Hertz refresh rate, and it's going to drain your battery a little bit more. Speaking of battery life, the battery life on the Google Pixel 5 is fantastic. And while we're talking about battery, you can make the battery on this thing last for like 14 months or something like that. You just turn on Google's new extreme battery saver mode. This phone is IP68 certified. We got a Snapdragon 765G. At a time that we're seeing a lot of smartphones now starting to go for $1,000 and above, I think $699 for Google's best phone is a good deal. So what's new? First, let's start off with the cameras. Nowadays, we see ultra-wide lenses on pretty much every single smartphone in the industry, and now we have one on the Google Pixel 5, and it's a welcome addition. We now have HDR Plus with bracketing, which basically means your camera is going to take a bunch of pictures all at the same time behind the scenes without you even knowing it, at all different exposures, merge them all together, and make a better exposed image. So your shadows are going to be right where they need to be, your highlights are going to be exactly where they need to be, and your subject, you or whoever you're trying to take a photo of, is probably going to be perfectly exposed. Night sight is available in a lot more shooting modes. Now, typically you have your night sight tab in the camera that you could scroll over to in order to use the night sight mode, but now it's available in other modes too. So you could be in your regular camera mode, just trying to take a regular picture, and you'll have a little button there for night sight if you need to use or not use it. Also, night sight is available in portrait mode. So if you're somewhere, maybe you're outdoors, you're at a little family get together, the sun goes down, you're still partying, throwing back Coronas, White Claws, getting nice and silly with your friends and family. You're probably gonna wanna take a bunch of pictures together. Sally, she's only in town for the weekend. You better snap them while you can. Only problem is it's dark out and you really want that background nice and blurry. Well, now you can. You have portrait mode with night sight. And speaking of portrait mode, we have a new portrait lighting addition added to the edit button when you go to edit your pictures that you took with your Google Pixel 5. But this also works with older portrait shots that you might have shot on a Pixel 4 or a Pixel 3. You could polish the pixel of your picking whenever you please. For video, we have 3 new stabilization modes and they work pretty damn well. We got active for fast movement, so let's say you're on a hike and you're walking behind somebody and you're trying to keep up with them and film them at the same time. Active is where you want to be. Then we have locked, which does crop in 2 times. Google tells you that when you choose locked. And Google says that was designed for further away shots. When you're just hand holding, basically holding the camera, it's gonna lock on there. So locked. And then we have cinematic pan for your panning shots. So side to side, up and down. All right, now I want to talk about 2 things in this phone that just, I mean, we really don't get impressed with much anymore these days. Human beings, we're so fast paced and things get upgraded and enhanced and news changes so much that our attention spans are so short and it takes a lot to impress us these days. But these 2 features on this phone excite me and impress me. First up is hold for me. I had a chance to try it for the first time today and it worked well. I had to call the post office because they've been screwing up on my packages left and right, and I have an important package that has not been delivered in quite a while. So I decided to call them today. They told me that the wait time was 1 hour and hold for me popped right up. Not only does it pop up, but it transcripts what is being said on the other line without you having to listen to it. It just, every word pops up on the screen of exactly what's being said. If music's playing, you get a little note saying music playing. Google, if we are ever gonna build robots, if the future ever really does look like movies do, where there's like robotic people serving people, and then eventually they find out that humans are inferior to them and they gather together and overtake the human race, and then the world is a bunch of robots. If that ever happens, Google should lead the way, because damn, the voice capabilities, the transcripting capabilities on this phone is just insane, and that's what Google's known for. The second feature I want to talk about is the recorder app. The recorder app, the voice recorder app on this phone is incredible. And it basically does the same thing that Hold For Me does, where it takes the voice, it transcripts it out. And then there's 2 separate tabs. One where you can hear the actual audio, and then one where you could read the transcript of that exact audio message that you just left for yourself. This is a test on the Pixel 5 recorder app. Right now we are looking at the speech, but if we switch over to transcript, we can absolutely see that this thing is picking up every single word that I'm saying, no matter how fast I freaking talk. It does not matter. My goodness. And then it splits it up. Wait. Okay, now. See, it splits it up. Maybe I'm just a little excited about this because I'm the type of guy that uses notes apps all the time. I might be able to use this recorder app in the same fashion, and I have to play with it a little bit more and kind of see how I could break it up, because I like checklists. So Google, if you're paying attention to this video, might want to think about that. A voice notes app, or integrate that into the recorder. And maybe you could have a checklist and then some kind of command that it knows to go to another checkbox and that you want to separate things, because that's how I keep my notes, that's how I keep my video ideas. I put them in checklists and I just check them off one by one. So that would be a great update to the Recorder app, and I think it's very realistic. But I'm still gonna try to use that Recorder app in my workflow on a normal basis because I really like it. The voice recognition for Google has always been incredible, and it just keeps getting better. I like this phone. I could definitely recommend it. Google Pixel 5, good pickup. Salute.
Everything, man. Everything, man. Everything, everything, everything. Everything, man. Everything, man. Everything, man. Everything.
Hey yo, I want everything. I want everything. That's on everything. It's like a wedding.